Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Love and Stuff. My name's Max.
I am Shayne.
And this is Love and Stuff.
Where we talk about love.
And stuff.
And let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we get started. Max, take it away with our crazy Croatians.
Yep, first sponsor is the Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia, which would like to let you know that we have flowers in the springtime and they are quite lovely.
That's all they want you to know this time?
Yeah. Well,
did they send you emails?
Yes, they do.
Like the president of Croatia?
No, not the president. She has other things to do. But somebody at the Office of Tourism and Commerce,
there you go. They have flowers
me an
in the
email
springtime in Croatia. And also, if you didn't catch our last one, the president of Croatia would like you to move there.
Yes, they are having a problem with diminishing population, decreasing population, less population all the time.
Yes.
And they want to change that.
So if you're sick of that guy and you're one of those people that said you would move out of the country when that guy became president, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There you go. Croatia is your destination.
Go to Croatia, and you know they've got a female president.
Yes.
You were probably hoping for a female president. You can go to Croatia for that.
And you'd be happy.
Yeah.
And we are also sponsored by Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube. All right, so we're going to get right into this question. We have a question from Sharon in Lubbock, Texas today. Sharon wants to know, she is 25. And she started dating a guy that's 15 years older than her. Mm-hmm. Is that age appropriatenessness?
So she wants to know about age appropriateness. Whether or not this is okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's her question.
All right.
She wants to know if it's okay to date somebody 15 years older.
All right. Well, I'll bring us in.
And she's in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
So we're out of Michigan finally.
We had a few from Michigan.
Yeah.
And now we're
the great state of Texas.
Yeah, the Lone Star State.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lubbock. You know who's from Lubbock, Texas?
Who's from Lubbock, Texas?
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You didn't just make that up?
I didn't just make that up.
All right.
I know random musical facts. So.
Now I'm going to have Weezer stuck in my head all day. Thank you very much.
Well, you could have a Buddy Holly song stuck in your head.
I don't know any Buddy Holly songs, but I know the Weezer song Buddy Holly.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so are we going to get into this?
Yeah, so on the topic of age appropriateness, you're 25, the guy you're interested in.
I'm not 25.
No, but what was her name, Sharon?
Sharon, in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, Sharon, you're 25, the guy you're...
Apparently, according to her thing, he's really, really hot and does not look 40-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Sharon, you're 25, the guy you're interested in is 40. Call it a young 40, a hot young 40.
A hot young 40.
Maybe like the who's,
maybe he's like me and he's just approaching his Clooney years.
I was gonna use George Clooney, but like when George Clooney was 40, he was a hot stud muffin.
Right.
But now that he's 60
right,
something,
that's the thing about
anymore.
being 40s. It's like right now, I mean, I really feel like I'm just hitting my cool Clooney years.
Yeah, you're hitting your Clooney years, but yeah. Clooney is well out of his Clooney years.
Yes, he is.
So we got to come up with something different, like maybe, I don't know, how old's Bradley Cooper?
We don't need to talk about Bradley Cooper.
Let's just say Bradley Cooper's a smoking hot 40.
I don't think he's 40.
Well, whatever.
I think you might be wrong.
I could be wrong.
So you could say Brad Pitt, but he hasn't been looking too good since he got divorced.
No, 50s haven't been kind to that guy.
No, they have not. So we're going to stick with Clooney.
All right. Yeah, we'll stick with Clooney. Why not? Maybe Leonardo
Maybe
DiCaprio.
Wahlberg? What about Wahlberg?
Ooh, Wahlberg, yeah. You're smoking hot 40 like Wahlberg.
Like Wahlberg.
I mean, not you, but the guy you're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I say go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
There was this lady. In fact, I was 25. She was 40.
Right.
And I went for it. And it was a grand old time.
It was a grand old time?
Well, it was a grand old time until it wasn't anymore.
Well, that's how they always end.
Yeah.
It's always a grand old time until it's not a grand old time.
Until it's not, yeah.
Is there a bunch of drama?
Yes, entirely on her end. And I know I sound like a guy who's like, oh no, she's just crazy. And I'm good, but she's just crazy. But here's the thing. She was an actual crazy person.
Well, I know who you're talking about, and yes, she was a crazy person.
Yeah. And last I heard, she was in jail.
Right.
And hopefully that's where she still is. That's a good, safe place for her.
He's in jail?
Yeah.
Away from people?
Away from people, somewhere where she has constant supervision.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, she didn't get all Fatal Attraction on you, did she?
I've never seen the movie, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Like
You've never seen Fatal Attraction?
I know the scene where the lady flashes her hoo-ha.
Right, but that's not the only scene.
That's the only one I know, though.
Right. So you need to do yourself an education favor and watch Fatal Attraction.
I can do that.
So you'll probably look at it and be like, that's like almost every relationship I've ever had until now.
I'll look into it. I got Netflix.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Probably one of the only roles where I actually like Glenn Close. She was actually kind of hot in that movie.
All right.
So in a weird kind of way.
Did she play the woman with the
she
fatal
played
attraction?
the woman. She played the woman with the fatal attraction.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've never seen Fatal Attraction?
No.
That's just crazy. So
Let me just say, when that movie came out,
Right.
I was a young child.
Right.
It would have
probably
been
not
very
a, probably not
inappropriate.
appropriate for you to watch
Yeah,
that movie.
not appropriate
It'd probably
at all.
scar you for all your future relationships if you watch that movie as a young child.
Quite possibly. I mean, somehow I ended up scarred for all my future relationships anyway. I
Right,
don't know
probably
what
why.
did it.
See, I've always done the opposite. I've always dated women that were younger than me. I don't think I've ever dated a woman that was 15 years younger than me. But I think the youngest one was like 10 years younger. And it's odd. It's an odd thing sometimes. Like, it could be like a really cool thing. Like, it could be like you could have really great chemistry in the bedroom. And then once you get done in the bedroom, like, commonality, there is no commonality after that.
Right. You're talking about Judas Priest, and she's talking about, I don't
know me
know,
too well.
Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I was talking to, maybe not Judas Priest. Maybe I was talking about, like, yeah, probably Judas Priest, because I think maybe British Steel. I was really into British Steel at one point.
Yeah. And she's there saying how Chumbawamba's all great.
Yeah, Chumbawamba. God, that's horrible. That was a thing.
You know, I liked that one song of theirs. I don't
They
care
only
what
had that
anybody
one-
says.
They
I liked
only
it.
had that one song.
It was a good song.
Now you're going to have that stuck in my head.
Well, that shows you for getting Tweezer stuck in my head.
Tweezer?
Weezer, whatever.
So yeah, so I've dated younger primarily because here's the other part of it. Primarily because it's a safe thing for me, right? Like, to a younger woman, I look like I might have my stuff together.
So
Right.
you date younger women because you can lie to them more easily?
Well, I don't lie. It's not lying to them. You just put words. I said I appear to have my shit together.
So you enjoy.
I don't. It's not lying, because if you look at like just put it this way. If I'm dating a woman my age, 46, 45, 43, somewhere in that age range, they have shit, right? Cars, houses, right?
Well, I mean, not this 40-year-old lady I was seeing.
Right, but she was crazy.
She was, yeah.
So, but they have like cars, houses, maybe a business. That's intimidating to a dude.
Okay.
That's intimidating.
Yeah.
Right? Especially to a guy like me that's like, going back to school, that's like, doing some good things in his life, but I don't got a place in my name. I don't have my own place. I share a place. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that.
But to a younger woman, I actually look like I have my shit together, which I somewhat do, but at the same point.
Right, but you compared to her, you're saying you look really mature.
Right. Because I'm not
'Cause-
living at home.
Right.
Compared to the guy she's dated, like, I'm not living at home in my parents' basement, right?
Right.
I don't still hang out with my mom all the time,
Right.
But at the same point, most of those relationships have all been, how do I say it the right way without sounding like too much of a, they've all been of the sexual nature. They have not gone past like we're gonna be in a serious long-term relationship.
Right.
Because it can't.
Why can't it though?
Commonality.
Yeah, but you can have. All right, here's my example. Here's my example.
All right, use your example.
My fiance and I, we're basically the same age.
Right.
But we actually have very little in common.
Right.
However, we've got great chemistry. We go together awesome. Even though I like Tool and she likes fucking
Wumba Wumba?
like Lady Gaga. And
Lady Gaga ain't half bad though. Compared to Britney Spears, she ain't that bad.
You know, I'm just not gonna go there. I like. I can't think of other music things that I like. Like, oh, here's like I like things that are different from her. See, I can't think of examples off the top of my head.
You
But
like things that are different than her.
We have very different life experiences. We have very different tastes in things.
Right.
But we just go together very well. So I'm saying
I'm open-minded. I'm listening to you. I'm open-minded. I'm not closed-minded.
Yeah, it's possible that you and somebody 10 or 15 years different could actually get along great.
Could possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe if they throw in some daddy issues in there, I'd be golden.
You see, here's the problem, Shayne. You're always looking for the daddy. All right, listeners, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the podcast where
Max calls me an asshole.
Where I tell Shayne the things that are wrong with him and I call him an asshole. So here's the thing, Shayne. Always going. The ladies with the daddy issues, they're fun. I'll give you that. The 40-year-old lady who I was seeing when I was 25.
Did she have daddy issues?
She had crazy daddy issues.
Really?
And it was a good time until it wasn't.
See, I told you, it's a good time.
But here's the thing. There's no, I've dated girls with daddy issues, and I couldn't make a deep connection. I could make a connection, but I couldn't make a deep emotional bond.
But here's
with
the thing:
them.
if you're dating a girl with daddy issues, are you really looking for a deep connection?
No, I'm not. And so this is what I'm getting at. Shayne, don't go for the girls with daddy issues if you're interested in something serious.
In my defense, I haven't for years.
Good for you.
I just like bringing up daddy issues because maybe there's a listener out there that's doing it right now.
Yeah,
maybe.
A lot of people do. I went through that phase. You went through that phase.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the other fear I have about dating women younger than me. This is just me. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be real with you and all of them listening out there in the world.
Go for it.
All right. Here's the other issue I have. Younger women, around 25, 30, that biological clock starts ticking. And they always try to figure out a way. I have many friends that have been trapped in a relationship they did not want to be in because the old biological clock started ticking and they wound up having a couple kids together.
Okay.
Now, I know I sound like a huge douchebag for saying that.
No, you don't, though. Yeah, I'm going to say you don't sound like a douchebag. I understand that.
Right.
You don't want to end up with a kid who you never were looking for.
Right.
Right. You don't want an oops baby. And even worse, you don't want somebody to impose a kid on you.
Right.
Like on
they're
purpose.
afraid you're going to leave. I was just talking to one of my roommates about this last night. Like, sometimes what happens is the girl gets afraid that you're going to leave, so she
stops taking her birth control.
Maybe the guy's afraid the girl's going to leave, so one day he doesn't, Guys do it too. I'm not saying it's a one-way street.
Pokes a hole in the condom. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a one-way street. Guys do it too. People have weird issues about people leaving or staying or sticking around.
People are crazy. If somebody's going to leave, they're going to leave.
Right.
And honestly, it's better they do it sooner than later.
Right. So we're kind of getting all over the board here.
Right. Back to, what was her name?
Sharon.
Back to Sharon in Lubbock, Texas. I say go for it. If he's a 40, a Wahlberg, and
kind of hot,
right? And, yeah, do it.
Also, make sure that he's not married.
Yes.
Make sure that he doesn't have a girlfriend, because dudes in their 40s, and I'm going to tell you as a man in my 40s, sometimes we could be snakes. They go through their midlife crisis. They take off the wedding ring. Maybe they act like they're single, but they're really not. They have a girlfriend. You don't want to be a homewrecker.
No. So, I mean, go ahead and Google this guy.
Yeah.
Just Google him.
See what happens when you Google him.
see if he's got a wife, you know, ask around maybe.
Yeah.
Find out if he's got a girlfriend somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
want some
girlfriend
other
number
crazy
2.
woman coming at you and throwing fists.
No. And more than that, you want to be, you just want to keep everything on the up and up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying sometimes dudes in their 40s with midlife crisis can do some crazy ass shit.
Yeah. That said, dudes of any age can honestly be real
Right.
snaky bastards.
Also, make sure he doesn't have like a bunch of kids with a bunch of different women.
Yeah, and unless you're really committed to keeping this casual, in which
Right.
case just lay down the ground rule, you don't want to meet his children.
And you don't want to meet the 4 baby mamas that he has.
Yeah, you don't want to meet any of that.
Right. Because that's just too much craziness.
Yeah.
So hopefully we answered in a roundabout way, we answered your question today. Thank you for writing us in. If you have a question, you could always write us at ShayneandI@gmail.com. You could drop us a message here on the Twitter, which we're on right now.
We got Facebook.
We have the Facebook.
Got a Facebook page?
Yes, we have all that stuff.
Are we on MySpace?
Nobody's on MySpace.
No?
No.
MySpace isn't a thing
No,
anymore?
no, and if you have an account, you should probably delete it.
All right.
So,
I'm sure I still have an account.
yeah.
And I'm sure I'm friends with Tom still.
Yeah, I remember Tom was like always the number one friend.
I remember signing up for MySpace, you know, back in like 2002 or whatever. And I'm signing up for MySpace and I get my account and already it's like, look, I have a friend.
Tom's my friend.
Tom's my friend. And I was so excited. And then I learned that Tom's just everybody's friend.
It's because Tom was a smart man and he started MySpace and he probably doesn't need to work again another day in his
No,
life.
he sold it for $100 million to
Justin Timberlake.
no, to News Corp.
Right.
And then
News Corp sold it to I think News Corp sold it to like Timberlake or something. I know Justin Timberlake in some weird way owns part of MySpace.
I think you're thinking of that movie, The Social Network.
No, I'm not. He bought it while he was filming that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Who the fuck would buy MySpace?
Justin Timberlake.
Especially in like 2010 or whenever that movie was made.
Right. He wanted to make it more of a music platform, I think.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that ever happened. But anyway, that is our episode of Love and Stuff. Hopefully we answered your question. Again, hey, 15 years, go for it.
Yeah.
But just make sure he ain't crazy and he ain't hiding shit from you.
Hey, 20 years, go for it. 30 years, go for
Right.
it. Whatever. I'm a free love kind of guy as long as you're, safe and honest about it.
Right. And if you have some daddy issues, have some fun with it.
Yeah. And if you don't have daddy issues, have some fun with it.
Right. So we're gonna end this podcast. Again, we are sponsored by
The Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia, which says its spring flowers are quite lovely in the springtime.
and the president says
The president.
of Croatia.
Oh yeah, she wants you to move there.
Right.
So if you visit and check out the flowers and you like it, maybe move to Croatia.
There you go.
Yeah.
And also Dave's Loop.
Dave's Lube.
All right, that is our podcast. We hope we're insightful. Maybe you liked our stories. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks
hey,
for listening.
Wait. Hold. So subscribe to the podcast.
Yes,
Did
on
we
SoundCloud.
say that part yet?
No, we did not.
All right. So subscribe to the podcast.
I think you follow us on SoundCloud. Anyway,
Whatever.
follow us on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
We'll be
And,
on iTunes soon.
Yeah. Drop us a rating or whatever. Maybe a comment.
Right. And this will
Tell
come
people
out.
about us.
Yes, and this will come out on YouTube as well. So watch the video when it comes out on YouTube.
Give it a like.
Give it a like. Maybe leave a question in the comments if you got a question.
Yeah, we'll be happy to answer it.
So anyway, that is our show. Hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.